Today we have Jake Weddle on the show with us. He's a comedian and a writer. Jake, you want to tell everyone a little about you?
So I've been doing stand-up in North Carolina for about 9 years. I got started when I was 14. First place I ever got started was at Good Nights Comedy Club. Been doing stand-up for that long. It's been going well for about 2 of those 9, so we're crushing it. I'm kidding. And then I got a job writing for a YouTube channel. I'm currently a writer over at MrBeast YouTube. I believe he just hit 36 million subscribers.
Wow.
Awesome.
So I've been writing over there for about a year and a half. I started writing over there when I was in college. And so, like, during the summer, I was writing there full time, and then I had to go back for one more semester. So I was kind of like doing like part time. They sent me some scripts, I'd send them back. But now, when I graduated, I'm working over there full time now. So
cool.
That's awesome.
It's really cool. So what did you go to school for? Was it?
So at first, I was going to school for theater education. It was almost like, because I wanted to do performance, but at the same time, my mom was like, "Hey, get something practical." So theater education. Make sure you get a teaching job afterwards, something practical. But then the teaching degree was like, "Hey, why aren't you going into the extracurriculars?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm doing stand up at night." And they were like, "Oh, cut that out." and I was like, no. So now instead of doing theater education, I ended up getting the BA in theater and then double majoring in communications with an intensive in media studies.
Oh, cool.
So instead of getting a BFA, Bachelor of Fine Arts, I got a BA. They just took the fine out. Whatever, petty. That's very. Your arts are whatever. They're not fine. They're just
Arts.
whatever.
They're just arts.
Your arts.
Yeah. You didn't meet the fine arts qualification.
No, I did not.
At least you didn't go into education.
Yeah. Well, it was good to get the little bit of education that I had. That was a good time. Because we had to go to the children's hospital and do performances for them or whatever. Okay. And so that was like a really good experience. I love the whole theater education department. They just told me to quit doing stand up, and so I was like, "No,
that's where you draw the line.
Yeah.
It should be you should be a required part of that.
Exactly. They were like, "Hey, why aren't you auditioning for the plays?" And I'm like, "I'm performing every night. Can I do that? Relax."
Yeah. Take a fucking break.
Stage.
Yeah.
Well, I've got this. I like that you have a plan. You seem methodical.
Oh, yes, to my detriment, actually. I planned things out a little too much. But that was the plan, I guess, was to try to do all that. But again, I don't know what I'm doing, and we're just kind of seeing what happens. It wasn't my plan to get the job over at MrBeast either. I was just doing stand-up out in Greenville because I went to ECU. And then that's just where he is. That just happens to be.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I had a friend of mine that worked over there. He was like their filmographer, but also worked in the content department a little bit. And then a couple of them just came to a show, and then they were like, you, come here. And I was like, all right, cool. Fine with me.
It's a good gig. How many writers do they have?
Right now, it's 3 full-time that work at the office. But since everything happened, we've been working from home, which love that. And then we sometimes get these contracted writers to where we have some people that we like that we work with, and we pay them just for that one session. So we'll get a couple people like that, and we use some more than others depending on how much we like them and how available they are.
Right. Yeah. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Cool. What got you into comedy at 14, especially?
Oh gosh. Well, the first time I was ever introduced to any stand-up at all, it was this is going to sound fake, but I was in the 3rd grade. And it was a storm, and it knocked out all the channels on my TV except for 2 channels, and it was Food Network and Comedy Central. So there is an alternative universe where I'm a 5-star chef. And when I was in the 3rd grade, I remember, hindsight's 20/20, because Dat Fan, by no stretch of the imagination, is the guy who's like, "Oh my God, Dat Fan," But when I was a kid, I was like, "You can do that? You can that's a thing you can just do." And it was this 30-minute Comedy Central special. And then when I was younger, I just remember the 30-minute Comedy Central specials that would play on TV. I was obsessed with. I would rush home, and they were always on as soon as I got home from school. So that's what got me into it. But I didn't start performing until my freshman year of high school. I was writing a little bit in middle school, and again, what do you write about? When you're a kid, my parents are weird. That's it. That's all you got really. But you work with what you got.
Do you have any footage from when you were 13, 14?
There's one set of me my sophomore year of high school on YouTube still performing for my school's talent show, and that's not. I look back at the material and cringe, you hope to, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to.
100%.
Yeah, you want to look back 10 years later and go, I'm still the same. You hope to have improved.
Wow, I was really good back then.
Yeah, what happened?
What the fuck did I do?
Oh no, I was so thin and jovial.